Hey guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. I am Toddy One Skip. Welcome back to my channel. I got a big smile on my face because I love talking about jails. I love talking about prisons. I'm very familiar. I feel very comfortable as long as I know I'm going home. As you guys know that have been following my channel, I've worked in jails and I've spent time in prisons, always as a civilian, not as an inmate. Um, so I find the culture fascinating. Big smile on my face because I'm able to talk about that in this episode. Bigger smile on my face because um, justice is being served. And I love to see that, especially when it's cases about SA and that person's been found guilty beyond a shadow of a doubt. So I'd be talking about our boy Danny Masterson. So let me just tell you that right away, a couple days ago, an inmate head butted a correctional officer in Ironside State Prison in Riverside, California. So that's about 20 miles or so from the Arizona border there. And 200 inmates rioted from this, and it caused a state shutdown for the facilities, for the prison facilities in the state of California, meaning a very minimal movement to the doctors, to court. The inmates are spending time inside of their not just cell block, but inside of their cells. So not just inside of their wings, but inside their cells. So it's a total shutdown. And they expect that shutdown to last at least a couple weeks, from my understanding. However, Danny Masterson is not in that jail. Danny is tucked in a place called Corcoran, and Corcoran is about an hour or so south of Fresno, about an hour north of Bakersfield. A couple hours to the west would be the Hearst Mansion, which is right there on the Big Sur coastline. And then about an hour or so to the east is Sequoia National Park. And inside that area is a wonderful place that we're going to go ahead and call Corcoran State Prison. So guys, just to give cred where credit's due, we got to give some jail cred here, some prison cred, okay? So people that have been locked up in Corcoran has been Robert Downey Jr. He was pretty safe in there. Of course, his crime was being a drug addict, which really affected Robert Downey Jr. He wasn't doing what Danny did. Charlie Manson, he spent time in Corcoran. Yes, he did. Let's see, who else? Sirhan. So those people, Robert F. Kennedy, he was assassinated by Sirhan. So there are some people that have done time, and Danny deserves the credit. He should puff a little bit, because where he's going, there has been some substantial inmates there. And well, Danny, you should be proud of that. So that's where Danny is. And because I watched some of the former inmates' channels, I saw a couple channels from people that I follow telling me that there is a bounty out on Danny Masterson. And once the lockdown is completed, there are people that are being paid to put a hit out on Danny. And it's from the Gay Boy Gangsters. So no joke, I'm not making this up. This isn't something that I've written. So these gangsters or gang, I mean, they're part of a gang, but they're like a dropout gang members. So they were basically because they're all gay, they were pushed aside and pushed out of gangs and put in a special needs yard, which is part of Corcoran, and they don't like people that SA people. Like, they, even though they have committed crimes and might have done horrific things, doing that is it's like being on the bottom of the hierarchy in the jails. And at one point people were speculating that, Danny will go ahead as long as he pays money, he will be safe. But it is known that there is somebody actually that is going to take a hit out on him and not only really hurt Danny, but also, they're going to be enjoying Danny like, like they would dinner every night. So I don't feel bad for Danny. I feel like, he didn't seem to mind when that was happening to other people. Pretty much he won't like it when it's happening to him. I don't think that people like Danny are able to make changes in their lives, especially because, the first accusation, like I said, was in the late 90s. So this has been going on for 30 years. The only thing that has stopped his behavior, it seems to be, might be this incarceration. And, it's not going to stop other people's behavior by returning the favor to Mr. Masterson. So let's talk a little bit about where Danny's at. So let's, right away, the capacity of this facility is 3,115. Wait for it. The population currently, as of January 30th, the population currently is 3,445 people. So there's 330 people that are already there that shouldn't be there because it's now overpopulated by 330 people. That's not good, because I can guarantee you that the staff that they have there barely suffices for the 3,115 people that they're supposed to have there, let alone 330 people that who the hell knows where they're housing. But I can guarantee it's very uncomfortable and it's frustrating a lot of people. The warden of that facility is Ken Clark, and it's a special needs yard reserved for inmates with security issues like gang dropouts and SOs, offenders, rhymes with Rex, offenders, okay? Or anybody else's life who is deemed in danger or a threat of being taken out. The GBG, gay boy gangsters, were ostracized for their sexuality, and because of that, that's what makes them gang dropouts. But again, they're no big fan of people that take advantage of. They don't like predators. They just, even in jail, there's some sort of moral code, and that's not to be laughed on. I've actually seen the moral code, and it is taken very seriously there. So I want to put the links in on the videos that I got this information from. Jumpsuitpablo and Jay Delaney, I think his name is. I'm going to go ahead. I'll put that in there. J.D. Delaney. I'm sorry, I don't remember his name. I just thought that you guys would kind of get a kick out of that. Not only that, here's the thing. Aaron had thought that maybe Danny would drop his body Do you guys think that Danny, that like, that he really believes that? Like, do you really think that he believes that it's as simple as that? I can't, everybody has this thing inside of them that says survive, survive, survive. You know, I mean, unless you're absolutely, you want to do yourself in. And then I kind of think that that might have happened with Danny. I'll tell you what, if he's going to be afraid and have reason to be afraid, which is clearly what's being said, then, I don't know who wants to live like that. Would you want to live like every second you're turning around because there's a bounty on you? And can you imagine what the bounty is in prison? The bounty, it's never really that much, but then, people do one another in for $30 here and there. So I don't know that Danny's going to be able to buy his way out of this, from what I've heard and what I know of. Not California. I don't know anything about the California system. I do know about hierarchies in jails, and I do know that there is, you can't really spend a lot of money in jail. You are limited. Even if you have a lot of money, you are limited to what it is that you can purchase. That's just the way it is. And this is about somebody being able to say that they got Danny to do horrific acts on them, or they did horrific acts on Danny, who was Hyde in that 70s show with the red curly hair. And, that's a notch on somebody's belt. That goes a lot further sometimes than money. Also, if you want to puff, you got something to prove in jail, and a lot of people do. Danny being a target, I certainly wouldn't want to be Danny Masterson, but then again, I can't imagine ever doing something so horrific to people. So, the Scientology thing, just, if he believes in Scientology, like, how is L. Ron Hubbard, how is Scientology helping him now? Anybody that was a Scientologist, what would a Scientologist do in that situation in jail with all that time on your hands to survive? What would somebody that really believed and practiced Scientology, what would they be doing? I'd like to know about that. Yeah, guys. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that. And I do have another video to put out that has nothing to do with Scientology. And I'm excited about that. It's part of a series that I want to start and kind of go on to talk about people that are more in my generation that I grew up with, that maybe we've seen a change through. And I gotta say, okay, just so you know, the first one that I'm putting out there is about Howard Stern. And, all the stuff that Howard did back in the day, but now he's saying he's politically correct now. Are you buying it? Can somebody change like that? Or is it just about the money? And now, just about saving face to your children and grandchildren? Because at 70 years old, your legacy is what's left. You got the money. So now it's like your legacy. So, again, this channel talks about behaviors and, situations and such. Guys, this is Issues with Toddy One Skip. Please communicate in the chat. I'm being a lot more careful that I don't delete my whole videos and therefore everything that goes with it. I am going to go live. My intention is to go live at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time on Sunday, the 11th of February, 2024. I've never gone live before. This is the first time. We'll see what happens. That's about all I got going on right now. Again, I have another video coming up. Please, again, like, subscribe, and share. I so appreciate all of you. It's about 2 months that y'all have been with me through this roller coaster ride that we call YouTube, and I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much, and have a great day, guys. It's Issues with Toddy One Skip. This is Toddy One Skip. Thanks. Don't forget, guys, be better today than you were yesterday, but not half as good as you're going to be tomorrow.